Part 1, you've tried everything except this. Let's be honest for a second. If you're someone who's struggled with sleep, especially for a while, you've probably tried almost everything. You've changed pillows, bought blackout curtains, downloaded sleep apps, tried white noise, tried no noise, meditated, took melatonin, maybe even went down the path of sleep medications, and maybe some of it helped, a little, temporarily. But still, the sleep doesn't come easy. Still, your nights feel longer than your days. Still, you wake up tired, wondering if it'll ever change. And in the middle of all of that effort, all of that trial and error, there's something you might have missed. Something simple. Something powerful. Something your body interacts with 3 times a day, every single day. Your food. That's right. Not your mattress, not your breathing pattern, not your phone habits, your meals. Because while sleep hygiene matters and sleep environment matters, nothing influences your body's internal rhythm more predictably than what you put on your plate. And yet, food is the most overlooked sleep aid out there. Why? Because we don't think of food that way. We think of food as fuel, as flavor, as tradition, as comfort, or sometimes as guilt, or stress, or reward, but not as a sleep strategy. And yet, it's the most consistent message your body receives. It tells your brain what time of day it is. It tells your hormones whether they should ramp up or slow down. It tells your blood sugar whether to stay stable or crash. It tells your nervous system whether it's safe to relax or whether it needs to stay on high alert. Food speaks louder than you think, but we've been trained to ignore it. We separate eating from sleeping like they live on different planets. But they don't. They're part of the same system, the same body, the same story. And if you're feeding yourself with chaos, your sleep will be chaotic too. Let me ask you this. Have you ever had a big sugary dessert after dinner and then laid in bed feeling restless? Ever skipped lunch only to crash at 3 p.m., drink a double coffee, then feel too wired to sleep at night? Ever drank wine to unwind, but woke up at 2 a.m. with your heart racing? Yeah, that wasn't random. That was your food talking, your sleep listening. And the two of them misunderstanding each other all day long. But here's the good news. You can rewrite that conversation, not by restricting, not by dieting, but by understanding, by learning what your body actually needs to rest, and by giving it that day after day until rest stops being something you chase and starts being something you trust, because a balanced diet isn't just about health, it's about rhythm, and rhythm is the root of real sleep. Part 2, a balanced diet is not a formula, it's a rhythm. When people hear the phrase balanced diet, their brains often go straight to rules. Eat this, don't eat that. Count this, avoid that. It sounds restrictive, exhausting, like a spreadsheet you have to carry in your head every time you open the fridge. But that's not what your body is asking for. Your body doesn't speak in numbers, it speaks in signals. And it doesn't need perfection, it needs pattern. What you eat consistently matters more than what you eat occasionally. It's not about being clean or perfect or disciplined. It's about rhythm. Think about music. A good rhythm isn't about one perfect note. It's about the way the notes flow together. A beat you can trust. A melody your body can move with. That's what food should feel like. A beat, a pattern, a sense of stability that says, we're safe, we're steady, you can rest now. That's what a balanced diet really is. It's not a math problem. It's a rhythm of nourishment. A reliable signal that lets your body soften instead of brace. So what does that rhythm look like? It starts with eating regularly. No more skipping meals, grazing all day, or saving all your calories for dinner. That confuses your hormones. It stresses your digestion. It creates blood sugar spikes and crashes that wake you up at night. Your body wants to know when to expect fuel and what kind of fuel it's going to get. That predictability is what builds trust, and trust is what opens the door to deep sleep. It means balancing your macronutrients, not cutting carbs, not fearing fat, not overdosing on protein, just real, whole food that gives your body a mix of what it needs. Complex carbs for serotonin production, healthy fats for hormonal stability, protein for tissue repair and neurotransmitter support, leafy greens for minerals like magnesium and calcium, fermented foods for gut health, warm, cooked meals to calm the nervous system. It's not fancy, it's not complicated, it's just rhythm. It also means eating with presence, slowing down, chewing, breathing, not scrolling on your phone while eating, not driving, not working, just sitting, tasting, letting your body register, I'm being fed, I'm being cared for. That's where safety comes from. That's where rest begins. Because here's something most people don't realize. Your nervous system is always asking the same question. Am I safe? And your meals are one of the loudest answers to that question. If your meals are rushed, erratic, processed, imbalanced, your nervous system hears, nope, not safe, stay alert. And that state of alertness follows you into the night. But when your meals are regular, nourishing, and calm, your body hears, you're okay now, we've got you, you can let go. And when your body lets go, sleep comes. So no, a balanced diet isn't about eating perfectly. It's about eating predictably, peacefully, like a rhythm your body can dance with. And that rhythm doesn't start with willpower. It starts with awareness. Because once you realize that food is speaking to your sleep, you can start sending it a better message. Not a message of stress or scarcity or speed, but a message of rhythm. And rhythm heals what rules never could. Part 3. Start feeding the sleep you want to have. Let's pause for a moment. Let's take a breath together. Because maybe, just maybe, you're tired of trying so hard. Tired of tracking your sleep. Tired of reading articles, watching videos, trying supplements, listening to advice that feels like just more noise. Maybe you're not looking for one more thing to do. Maybe you're looking for something to trust again. Something simple. Something steady. What if it's food? What if food could become the way you reconnect? Not just with your sleep, but with yourself. Because here's the truth. Your body has never stopped wanting to sleep well. It's just been confused. It's been overrun by signals that said, stay alert, stay tense. But food, real food, consistent food, intentional food, can be the first signal that says, we're done for today, we're safe now, you can rest. And you don't need a complete life overhaul to start. You just need one day of rhythm, one day of meals that nourish instead of numb, that ground instead of spike, that that calm instead of crash. One day of sitting down to eat instead of rushing. One day of breakfast before coffee. One day of lunch that's warm, colorful, balanced. One day of dinner that's early, gentle, free of sugar and screens and stress. One day of hydration instead of stimulation. Try one day, then maybe another, and then let it become something more. Not a plan, not a challenge, a lifestyle, a return to the wisdom of rhythm, the rhythm your ancestors lived by, the rhythm your body remembers, the rhythm that doesn't just fuel your day, but invites your night. Because sleep isn't something you earn with exhaustion, it's something you return to with alignment. And that alignment begins with food, with rhythm, with saying yes to your body in a language it actually understands. So stop overlooking the most obvious sleep aid you already have. It's not in your medicine cabinet, it's in your kitchen, it's in your habits, it's in the way you feed yourself when no one's watching. And it might just be the missing piece between you and the sleep you've been waiting for. You've been listening to Eat to Sleep, a podcast from the Daily Health Shift. If this episode helped you see food in a new light, not as a struggle, but as a support, please follow the show, leave a kind review, and share it with someone who's tired of chasing sleep. Because sometimes the way forward isn't in another hack, it's in going back. Back to rhythm, back to real nourishment, back to rest.